Whatever the rebels did, it took down her shield. But why was she here? I can access her last communication file, but I'll use my focus to scan the battlefield too.
What about that crazy weapon the Zenith had?
It looked like she can make it come and go at will.
What?
Hello,
It's
Verbena?
gone now.
What do you have for me?
Yeah. Well, go
I
do your
checked
thing.
everywhere, still no sign
I'll
of the
wait here.
asset. Can we call off this pointless search already?
Let's not forget who let it slip away in the first place. Now, I'd like to see results by nightfall. Do you think you can manage that?
The Spectre had instructions to assist recovery of the asset. I wonder what this asset is. An Oseram with a focus. Looks like he was sending data on the weapons somewhere else. The weapon's still hot. I need to know how it worked. But I'll have to check on it once it's cooled off. Looks like the rebels camped here for a while. Are they watching this area? All right. I think I have an idea what happened here. I better get back to Erend. We can get use of this.
All right, she who sees the unseen. What did you find out?
This was a carefully planned attack. I found camping gear up there. The rebels must have been staking out this place for at least a few days. They were waiting for the Zeniths to show up. All so that they could test that weapon. The Zeniths have a personal shield that makes them invulnerable, but somehow the weapon got rid of it. The Oseram that was operating it was sending data on it somewhere else. It was probably just a prototype.
I've known tinkers that do that. I'd do a little trial run before breaking out the real thing. Well, I guess it's still a work in progress, if it blew up.
She was searching for something she lost. Her drone had instructions to recover something called the asset.
The asset? Is that the sub-function thing you said could be here? The Luthia?
That's a long way down.
Something tunneled straight down into the mountain. Looks recent.
Whatever it was, it must have been powerful. That Zenith the rebels killed was looking for something called... the asset. I don't know what it is, but my guess is it's somewhere down there.
All right, so we head down.
Erend, stay here and stand watch. That Zenith isn't the only one of its kind. I wonder how much snow is gonna pile up. wings holding up? There's some kind of old-world ruin down here.
You said the Zeniths have their own backup of Gaia, right?
Yeah, from the Proving Lab.
So maybe they were after Eleuthia. Found its hiding spot, so it sent the distress signal.
Maybe. Looks like some kind of data center. I might be able to access the facility systems from that console. I've never seen a transmitter like this before. Looks like it's self-destructed. This was a Far Zenith research lab. It looks like a lot of data was beamcast from here recently. From that device nearby.
So Eleuthia is gone?
If it was ever here, then probably. But then why were the Zeniths still searching for the asset? Let's keep looking around.
So, exploring another Far Zenith ruin.
At least this one doesn't seem to have giant killer machines.
Or anything you can blow up. All this stuff. Wonder what they were doing here.
Well, knowing Far Zenith, probably discovering amazing things. For their own benefit.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Ectogenic chambers. Like the ones I saw inside a Zero Dawn cradle facility. This
What
place
were they
keeps
for?
on going. Remember when I told you I was made, not born? This is how.
A machine that makes a person. That's incredible.
Yeah. This place is huge. Some kind of storage room, maybe.
Where?
If it is, somehow the Zenith couldn't find it. A control console to access the storage units.
Can it tell us if the asset is in one of them?
Well, let's find out.
"236 containers in storage. Please enter the container number you'd like to retrieve."
236? Wasn't there a number in the distress signal?
You're right. I should check the log.
"236 containers in storage. Please enter the
I should prepare before the Spectre gets here. I can't let it get through. Varl on the clone. Here it comes! Ooh, ugly one, aren't you? Oh, that helps. I should scan that thing. See if it has any weak spots. Don't have enough stamina yet. That thing's quick. Okay, better. There.
Are you okay, Aloy?
Yeah, I'm heading up top. Stay down here with the clone for now.
Got it. I'll follow once the coast is clear.
Get back up top and deal with that other Spectre. I just hope Aaron stays in cover. Errand!
Yeah, the Spectre's dug its heels in. It's got me pinned down.
Hang tight. I'm almost there.
Just hurry.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. I gotta get to Errand. Errand, I'm here.
Watch out. That thing shoots down the steps.
Stay put. I'll see what I can do.
The second you need me, I'm there.
Spectre's not budging from that spot. I might be able to sneak up on it. If I stay out of its line of fire. I need to sneak around behind it. It's a fight if I take that thing head on. A heavy weapon. I could use it against the Spectre. Shields down! It's on the move!
Aloy, she's... Look, I swear I'm not drunk, but right now I'm seeing double.
Long story, but it'll have to wait.
She needs a healer, but we need to get her back to the base immediately.
Right. Yeah.
If I can figure out how that thing works, maybe the Zeniths won't be so invincible after all. Oh, it seems quieter. No. Damn it. Well, it's better than nothing. I need to get the weapon fragment to Gaia to analyze. If we can replicate it, maybe we'll have a way to defeat the Zeniths. I should check on the clone, too. Varl, where's our guest?
We're in the maintenance corridor below the control room.
Okay.
Welcome back. Aloy, I see we have a new guest. So now we know the origin of the transmission.
Yeah. I also recovered this. The weapon it was part of somehow stripped a Zenith of its shield, but it malfunctioned and blew up. If we can recreate the weapon and improve it, maybe we'll gain the upper hand on the Zeniths.
A moment, I will scan it. Complete. By combining the results with data from your focus, I can infer that the weapon was highly advanced, comparable to Zenith technology, but not how it worked.
Did the explosion corrupt the data?
It was only a catalyst. The moment the weapon malfunctioned, it appears a command executed to purge all data within its core. Ostensibly, this was to prevent the weapon's secrets from falling into enemy hands. Whoever designed this weapon knew how to cover their tracks.
Silence.
Based on your data on him, That is my conclusion as well.
And he's not gonna cooperate with us. Well, it was worth a shot. But that's not all. The Zeniths got Aletheia, along with Artemis and Apollo.
That is unfortunate.
Thanks, Gaia.
So the old ones painted their faces with something called makeup, like the cartoon.
Aloy! Glad you made it back okay. She panicked after waking up and stumbled down here. I thought it best to wait for you.
I'll talk to her. Hello? It's Beta, right? My name's Aloy. What's wrong? Is it your injury?
Simulacrum withdrawal syndrome.
I don't understand.
Sudden removal of a neurologically integrated data device. The brain, especially the cerebellum, goes into a kind of sensory freefall. Everything real feels unreal. Distant.
Is there anything that can help?
Do you have a focus to spare? It's primitive, but I can make it work.
Yeah.
Booting up. So, Aloy, I suppose you want information.
About you and the Zeniths? Yeah. Why are they here? What do they want? How did they get you? But let's start at the beginning. I'm guessing they faked the destruction of their ship 1,000 years ago?
That seems consistent with their behavior. They wouldn't want to be followed.
So far, Zenith established a colony world after all.
Yes, for a few hundred years, but it didn't last. Some sort of natural disaster rendered it uninhabitable.
Okay, so the descendants of Far Zenith escaped a dying planet, and now they want to claim Earth for themselves?
Not their descendants.
What?
Not their descendants. It's them. The same ones who left Earth 1,000 years ago. You didn't know?
How can they still be alive? They don't even look... What did they do to themselves?
I believe it's a combination of pharmaceutical, cellular treatments, and technological implants.
And you? Does that mean that you're...
I'm not like them. I was made. On the way to Earth. On the ship. I spent years studying in my training interface, all so that I could serve my function.
Access and control of the terraforming system. But why? What do the Zeniths want with it?
When I discovered the Zero Dawn system had disseminated into its subcomponents, I thought my purpose was to fix it. But I don't think the Zeniths want that at all. I think they want to wipe Earth clean and start over.
So we're dealing with the same Far Zenith people who once lived on Earth. What else do you know about them?
They were some of the most affluent and powerful people on Earth. They controlled almost every major resource, every industry. Gerard commands them. He's the one who decided to set up a base. The others, Eric, they resent his authority over them, but in the end, they always do what he says.
Eric. He's the one I fought back in the Hades Proving Lab.
He enjoys hurting people.
Yeah, I know. You mentioned the Zeniths set up a base here on Earth. Where is it?
Off the coast, I think. Whenever I had to go on missions, I was transported inside of a Spectre drone. I couldn't see anything outside. But I did overhear the Zeniths talking about it once. They were discussing setting up a perimeter energy shield to repel the local fauna. I'm certain they have other security measures. Spectre patrols, machine lures. It must be impregnable.
What's inside the base?
Launch facilities, so they can shuttle back and forth to their ship in orbit. Plus infrastructure to gather materials and fabricate anything they need.
Are there more Zeniths than the ones you met?
I'm not sure. I suppose there must be more of them in the base or back on the... For all I know, there could be more other survivors of...
You said the Zenith's colony in the Sirius system was destroyed. What happened?
All I was ever told was that a natural disaster forced them to leave Sirius. I've speculated that it was an extrasolar object or a cataclysmic seismic event. Or maybe even an abnormally violent coronal mass ejection from Sirius A.
The Zeniths never told you any details.
They said the only thing that mattered was that they survived. First Earth, 1,000 years ago, and then Sirius.
Guess they survived old age, too. How did you escape the Zeniths?
Before the Hades Proving Lab, I never thought I'd get away from them. Even if I were to run. I'd never survive on my own in the wilds. But then I saw you. And I thought that maybe you could help me. So when the Zeniths pinpointed Eluthia's location in the biomedical research facility, I saw an opportunity.
You said you saw an opportunity to escape when you went to capture Eluthia. What did you do, exactly?
Whenever I was taken out on a mission to recover a subordinate function, only one of the Zeniths would go with me.
The one the rebels killed, outside the facility.
Baina's dead? How did they bypass her shield?
I'm looking into it. But you were talking...
Well, when it was time to use... I also sent the encrypt... Then I distracted Verbena long enough to seal myself in the ectogenic, altering the facility's log so it appeared that there were only 236 containers.
And the Gaia root kernel?
I told them I could capture Luthia
Well done. So the Zeniths want to exterminate life on Earth. But why?
When they took me on missions with them, I saw how they... But they didn't seem to care. So, I concluded that then they can redesign it.
Mass extinction for their own comfort? Well, without their Gaia... The Zeniths needed Elizabeth's gene print to access Zero Dawn. Trained you. And you?
They told me I was born to interface with the Zero Dawn. When we reached Earth, that's when I started to realize I wasn't... That they must have made me, so I could reboot Earth.
So you know about the...
It was speculation, but the only logical self-destructed after operating efficiently. Gaia would have only undertaken action if it had detected a threat that was more dangerous than ceasing. I should have realized the recreation of Elizabeth Sobek.
Yeah, well... You said you were born...
The Zeniths had an ectogenic, an updated version. They must have used a...
I doubt Elizabeth would have let them take her.
That wasn't part of the archive I was...
You said you spent years. Was this...
But only the parts I was... Aristotle and would assign me learning modules and...
Wait, those names. Before Ted Faro purged it.
The Zeniths have a copy.
So it still exists. And you got to learn
only what was deemed. If I requested it...
To have all... Alright, I think...
So how long? You know, your plan. How long before Gaius fabricated a machine army to defeat the Zeniths?
How did you know?
Optimal strategy, so?
Well, I still have to get 2 more support before Gaia's powerful enough to...
What? You don't have Hephaestus already?
Gaia's still figuring out how to capture it. It's not confined to a single... To a single location, of course not!
You didn't even know who the Zeniths really are.
You were supposed to be further along by now!
Coming here was a mistake. They're gonna find me. They're gonna find the...
They're not going to find us. Gaia...
What difference does it make? You're too... We're never going to beat them, everything!
Hey! You're here now, right?
I have certain knowledge sets. And given your state of progress, expertise you probably lack. Geoengineering, of course.
Okay. Well, I'll check on...
How'd it go?
Her injury's not that bad, but I think she regrets coming.
I'll come back later and talk to her.
So I guess we won't be making use of Sylens' weapon. And now there is another clone of Elizabeth here with us. But I can't let it distract me. I still have 2 more sub-functions to get.
Pam Whoopata!
It's a little loud, Aaron.
Erend? You okay?
Huh? Oh, yeah. I mean, why wouldn't I be?
Because there's 2 of me now.
There's 2 of you now! Well, at least you seem to be handling it okay.
I wouldn't say that exactly, but I'm trying. I guess you know what we're up against by now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When Varl first told me those bastards come from the stars, I thought he'd eaten too many of those medicinal berries. Yeah, but I've gotten used to seeing impossible things, thanks to you. I just wish they weren't always trying to kill us.
Yeah, you and me both. I see Varl gave you a focus.
Well, it doesn't look as fashionable on me, but granted, a lot of them are bad. I'm still trying to... I never really understood how you were ever able to, and now I do. It makes me feel like I could be useful, you know?
It takes some time. What are you working on with your...
I'm still figuring out how to read stuff. Those two lovebirds over, to be honest, all the little symbols, but I'll get up to speed.
What else have you been studying?
Yeah, I've been looking into this, Vegas. Gaia showed us everything that happened when you went to get that... I mean, this Moreland guy seems pretty... Though, risking the Tanakh clan lands for a light show...
Maybe I should check up on...
Right.
Did you speak with...
She didn't really wake up till we brought her here. I thought it'd be better if Zoe and Var... No use crowding someone.
How are you settling in?
Yeah, Varl's been helping me get the lay of the land. I don't know who makes him more nervous, that Gaia lady.
Well, what about the Vanguard? Aren't you supposed to be back east?
I sent some of them back to Meridian with a message. I doubt Avad will mind me sticking around to help.
I have to get going.
Don't go causing too much trouble.
Hey.
Nothing some rest can't take. Are you okay?
Just trying to take it once.
Fair enough.
Looks like I was wrong. Their ship didn't explode on its way to Sirius like everyone thought.
And we saw how they lied about creating... Guess they lied about what happened to their ship, too. But still, the tribe settling amongst the stars.
I couldn't put a single dent in their shields, Varl. That one Zenith almost killed me.
That didn't stop you from resurrecting Gaia. Won't stop us from using Hephaestus.
Let's hope that's enough. So...
Yes, training. Look, she reads glyphs faster than I can already.
Of course. You guys reading something?
We just finished going through all the law and All Mother Mountain. It's hard to imagine that my ancestors were trapped without the knowledge from Apollo to guide them.
Thanks to Ted Faro.
Yeah. I wonder how the world must have seemed.
Not to mention terrifying.
And they became an entire...
It's good to see you and Zoe.
We're learning a lot. I've actually been looking through the data to thank her for helping me. Something from the old world that instead I found out they gave each other stuffed. If you ask me, stuffing anything, real.
Maybe Gaia can help you. How's everyone?
I tried explaining, then Zoe said something about two.
How's...
And we all have our difficult moments, but I'm hoping Oseram's stubbornness...
How's everyone doing?
Just taking it.
I see everyone settling in.
Zoe's planning on bringing all... Says a home should always... I asked Aaron to help find some.
Still, it's not a bad idea. I should get back.
I'll keep an eye on Beta.
Okay.
Aloy.
Hey, thought I'd, check in on...
You mean after meeting someone who looks exactly like... Guess this must be even...
A little.
Varl said she may be able to help us in our mission.
Maybe.
There is something I'd like to discuss. It's about the land gods.
You said you wanted...
I think there's a way to heal them so that they'll once again provide Gaia gave me a set of instructions. She called it, if we deliver it to the land gods, they're
That's great.
Maybe. There are thorns on the path. Unless the code is given by Hephaestus, the land gods... Gaia showed me a way around this. We need components called control cores from machines similar to the land gods.
You mean Grimhorns? Like the one we fought in the repair bay?
Yes. Gaia helped me locate two of them.
So, kill the machines, then use them to adapt the...
If all goes well. But...
We'll do it together.
Bless you, Aloy.
So, how does a tribe like the Utaru manage to maintain the peace with warriors like...
By holding them off. When our fields bloomed aplenty, but Plainsong's dishes provided in the end, Even the Tanakh saw sense in a truce. The Utaru promised to provide in exchange, the Tanakh a veteran, to train the This custom was, but some veterans...
I've been meaning to ask. You didn't seem to be...
That's what happens when you're the one Utaru who insists on public... When the Karja invaded they burned our fields. Those who were too weak to
be sacrificed in the sun.
I was helping the healers back then. The chorus was divided in how to face... Others believed the dishes would keep us safe. And while they bickered...
It couldn't have been easy.
I come from a small... My grandmother used to say, I moved to the dishes when I decided... When the Red Raids began, but the injured kept pouring. One day, I woke up to hear a Karja raiding... I rushed there with the healers, the smell of burning flesh.
I'm sorry, Zoe.
I made it a point to demand that we take... I was denied.
You said you set out to...
I did. News of my disagreement. Before I knew it. We knew we couldn't take... But we also knew the lay of the... We ambushed smaller raiding... Sabotaged their supply lines.
Sounds like you were...
Enough that the Tanakh... When the clans began to push the Karja back east, they let us... We chased the enemy all the way to Barren Light.
You said you were at Barren Light when the...
Tanakh marshals climbed the cliffs of the Daunt under cover, then attacked. Before we knew it, the gates were open. What happened next was, when all the dust and blood settled, our enemies defeated. I went back to play. It didn't feel like I'd truly...
Is that when you became a gravesinger?
I thought... Then you came along. I could either sing at people's grave...
I'm glad you chose... What are you up to?
Gaia was kind enough to put together a list of... She helped me decipher some of the... And showed me how to use the It's not easy, but...
That's good to hear. I see you've settled it.
Gaia did say this place was built for us, so we could regain control of our... Nurture them like the land. It does strike me as odd that a place of...
What else have you been up to?
I've been studying Gaia's seed... I wanted to understand why... One of them... Imagine my surprise when I looked in and found out it helped in a way, as well as our...
That's why we have to make Gaia whole. Varl looks pretty...
He's been obsessing over the data. Just the other day we read about mountains hiding... If I understand correctly, Gaia said the flames they released like a heart, beating as always. This, of course, Varl's mostly...
So you've been talking...
Yes. She was including their demise, and I was... surprised to see she was you. Past, but reborn?
You said you met...
Varl mentioned she was hurt. I thought I'd offer her an...
That was kind of you.
I just hope she doesn't plan on staying burrowed down there like... She looks like she's barely seen the light of day as it is.
Did Gaia tell you anything?
She did. To think that there are places among the... It is... And heartbreaking. That such...
I need to get going.
May the land blue... Aloy, we've gathered some supplies in that chest. Take what you need.
This is the core from the weapon that took out that Zenith's shield. Near that facility where we found Beta. Gaia said it was advanced, like Zenith's tech. How did Silence figure out how to build something like this?
Like the way you sing it.
So you like hearing me butcher Utaru music?
I sure don't. You sound like a dying long leg.
This is gonna take a while to read.